Oh, well, it's been a long journey, you know. I'm sitting here in Vienna right now, working with a team of neurologists on hypermobility for my next R&D project. So freedom seems like a world away. I'm sorry I can't be there in person. I hope this visual arrangement will give the illusion that I'm here. Hmm. So I wanted to explore the concept of freedom through dance, not to find a definition or explanation, but to discover the contextual possibilities of freedom in relation to the intrinsic kinesthetic phenomenological experience of the dancer. So I guess the concept is understanding you, me, and freedomality. Uh, so it's just a concept we've been working with in the studio. It's essentially a combination of freedom and ability. Yeah, so in order to conquer freedom, you have to achieve the ability to do so. In my research, I discovered that ability supports the possibility of true freedom. Yeah, we developed a series of movement ideas with both dances exploring the extremities of freedom and ability and how both elements support one another.
Yeah.
The restriction of the rope and the ability in cutting the rope encompasses the concept of freedomality. I typically use a variety of improvisational techniques in order to get the dancers warmed up and moving with each other. I also use dancers that don't know each other to avoid dealing with the emotional and physical connotations between established relationships.
Take one.
I use a specific structure in the initial stages of the creation process, in which I leave the dancers to improvise for up to 2 or 3 hours in order to exhaust themselves of habits and inhibitions, and then we can begin to dance. I gave the dancers a diverse range of songs in order to stimulate different aspects of freedom. Freedom can be experienced through a wide degree of emotions, including fear and joy and sexual liberty. I also find this method encourages the dancers to really embody, yeah, and fully grasp the concepts of my work. Hmm. Again, I set a series of tasks in order to facilitate authentic movement from the dancer using the framework of the concept we've been working with. So with freedom, we decided to work with our individual relationship with freedom, which is stored within our introspective memory. I asked the dancer to choose 3 or 4 different memories in which they felt free and interpret the idea as a physical experience in the body. As you can see, each dancer has a fundamentally individualistic perception on the significance of freedom, as you can see in the dynamic shift between the quality of each dancer's movement. Again, I set a series of tasks in order to facilitate authentic movement from the dancer using the framework of the concept we've been working with. So with freedom, we decided to work with our individual relationship with freedom. And so I asked each dancer to find an object or personal possession which they feel stimulates a sense of freedom. So each dancer developed a sequence with their object in an attempt to achieve authentic kinesthetic experience of freedom. When it comes to developing the movement vocabulary from the task, we developed a catalog of terminology in which to define each action and phrase of movement. I'll show you an example of how we used that terminology in order to generate an entire sequence of movement.